Punch Out Boxing in association with FIGHTZONE. I am delighted to be speaking to Arnie Dawson for the first time here at Vegas 2 in Essex. So we are just weeks away before your big trip to Texas.
Yeah.
Arnie, we've seen you have 3 fights against journeymen. You've shown that you can deal with that level of opponent pretty handily. Tell us, how did it come about that you decided to go for this big test?
So I was just in the gym training in my home gym in Clacton with my coach Gareth, and then was just training away, and then I got a call from Martin, my manager here at the Peacock, asking me if I was interested in boxing in Texas. So it was an opportunity that I couldn't turn down. So took it with both hands, and that was a little while ago now, and now 3.5 weeks out, we're almost ready to go.
Incredible. Before we go on to your fight in Texas, just want to get a bit about your background. You're from Clacton on Sea.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Most famous for being where Nigel Farage is from. Do you ever bump into him?
No, because he's actually I know he's like a local MP around there, but he's not actually from that area. So I don't see him as much. I've seen him a few times, but I don't see him as much like day to day. He's not someone you're going to bump into. Do you know what I mean? But quite quiet in Clacton, just down by the seafront. So not much goes on.
Yeah, I was surprised when I heard you're from there, because as you said, it's a bit of a quiet seaside town. But here you are, from small town Clacton, heading to the big time. But tell us a bit about your amateur background, because you're only 21, so you turned pro quite young. What was your amateur career like?
So the good thing about Clacton, one of the good things about it, a lot of old East End people move down to Clacton when they've after they've wanted to get out of the East End. So I started boxing when I was 10 years old. I went down my local amateur gym with a fella called Graham Melton down there, who was quite a well-known boxer himself. He boxed Sugar Ray Leonard as an amateur, captain GB in 72 Olympics, and so I started training with Graham from 10 years old, and then loved the sport and never really looked back. And then my trainer now, Gareth, he walked in the gym about 5-6 years ago because his nephew was down in the gym, so he come in to help out, and then I built a relationship with Gareth, and then as Graham wanted to take a step back, Gareth come in and he asked Gareth to take over, so Gareth took over, and then me and him started training ourselves together, and then I started working there, and then we started training. So then I then started coming. Gareth's originally from Canning Town, so was based out of the old Peacock himself, and then so he brought me down here sparring and that, and then after a few years as a senior, I then turned over with Martin as my manager, and then 3 fights later we're here. So
fantastic. Being based here in the Peacock, the amount of quality sparring is scary.
Yeah. Well, the good thing is my weight as well. There's always fighters around my weight. So even just the ones that are based here, you've got Ollie Duffy, who's also on the Texas card. You've got Billy Allington, Louis O'Doherty. There's a lot of good fighters just here, let alone the ones that come to visit as well, and then also sparring from people from elsewhere that are meeting at the Peacock. Do you know what I mean? So very good sparring, especially for my weight as well.
Yeah, indeed. You are going to be operating at lightweight.
Yeah, lightweight, that's the one. This fight is just a little bit above the lightweight limit, but going forward for titles and stuff, lightweight will be where I'm operating at. Yeah.
Red hot division. So
Especially with the prospects coming up. There's a lot of people around my weight, the weight below, the weight above, prospects. It's full of prospects around that sort of weight. So it's good going forward.
So this move to take the fight in Texas, it's quite a ballsy move. Like I said, you're just 3 fights in and you're young, so it'd be big to give you if you'd had another dozen journeys. Tell us, why did you and your coach decide you want to sort of go in?
First out, I believe in what my manager Martin and what my trainer Gareth are going to put me forward to, and I don't think that Martin would have came to me with the opportunity unless it was a good opportunity for me, unless it was the right opportunity for me, because I believe in how he's going to handle my career, and he's not going to put me in for a fight that I'm not ready for. I believe I'm good enough, and I took a fight in England just around the same time I got offered this, but it was meant to be for before this against another unbeaten prospect in the UK. So I wasn't afraid to box other kids that are there to win. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, so whether it was going to be that fight never happened in the end. But whether it was going to be that one or whether it was going to be this one, I'm not afraid to go against people where it's not, like you say, 10 journeymen on the trot. And I believe if I'm good enough, I'll win. So, and which I do believe. So.
Yeah, absolutely. If you believe in yourself, you've got to push ahead. Do you think that after those 3 fights with the journeyman, you got all you could out of that level of opponent?
To an extent, obviously you get a lot of learning from the journeyman, and where there's so many of them, you can fight more and learn different things from each one. But I think in my 3, I had quite good learning. My debut was against a southpaw in Cole Sampson, who was a mover, nice mover, hard to pin down. And then my second fight was against Ricky Leach, orthodox fella, like a bit more upright, a bit more. I was able to hit him a little bit easier, and then I was able to force a stoppage. And then I'd stepped up to 6 rounds against Lee Hallett, who's like known on the circuit for being a tough journeyman who come and was like being aggressive and come forward and roughing me up on the inside. So out of the 3 fights, I've not just blasted 3 of them away. I've learned a lot in those 3 fights. So
Indeed.
yeah.
Obviously, Texas, as you said, just 3 weeks away. Have you ever fought abroad before?
No, in the amateurs, I didn't have as decorated an amateur career as some others have. So I won a lot of like local county titles and regional titles, but never went on to box for England or anything like that. So I never boxed abroad. So even just that in itself was an experience, and that was one of the reasons why I didn't want to turn the experience down, because not only am I fighting against a good fighter in Texas, I'm also having the opportunity to go abroad and box and go to America and all those things. So
yeah, even the travelling all the way over there and just a whole different setup.
Yeah, exactly.
Experience in itself. So your opponent is Castro. He's 27. He's 2-1, so he's had as many pro fights as you.
Yeah.
So he's Mexican American. So I don't think it's any secret what his style's going to be. Try and take it off.
Yeah. I've seen little bits and bobs on him as well, and he come forward, try to be aggressive and that. But from what I've seen, it's nothing that I can't deal with. Do you know what I mean? Especially a little bit of movement, it's going to suit. I believe it's going to suit me down to the ground, and it'll be a good performance, I believe.
Yes, indeed. I spoke to the promoter out there in Texas, and he said Texas is really underrated though for its boxing, because a lot of their kids are starting to win a lot in like national gold.
Yeah.
So they're not bad technically either.
Yeah, no. Like I say, he's coming to win as well. He's got a winning record, so I expect the hard fight. I expect someone that's coming to win. So I don't think it's going to be no pushover. I just believe on the night I'll be better in a lot more aspects than he will be. So which will see me prevail. Do you know what I mean?
How many rounds?
5. For some reason over there that it's they're 5 rounders. I think all of the fights on the card for the UK versus USA, I believe they're all 5 rounders. So
okay, well, you've handled 6, so you can handle.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, one thing about these Mexican Americans, they're known to be able to take on crazy amounts of weight. Prepared that possibly you might be outsized and come fight.
Yeah, well, the good thing is, although they, like you say, they can. He boxed a couple of times and had a few years out, and then since coming back has been bringing his weight down from what I've seen, because he's had 4, but on BoxRec they took one of them off for some reason. So he's now only had 3, like 1, 2, lost the 1. But his weight has been coming down since that comeback after a little bit of a layoff. So but the good thing is about myself, I'm tall, I'm rangy, so I don't think there's going to be many lightweights that are bigger than me anyway. So regardless of him being able to take weight off, I'm 5'11", lightweight, like long arms, good legs, good feet. So I don't think, whether he might be a little bit stockier, but size in there, I'm going to be the taller, the bigger fighter, I believe. So.
Sure. So, I mean, how excited are you for the opportunity? Because we know TalkSport are going to be televising this, FIGHTZONE are going to be televising it. Gets your name out there in America, which is always a hard.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, I'm buzzing, and I'm thankful for the likes of TM14, the likes of Martin, my manager, Gareth, my trainer, and FIGHTZONE and Dennis Hobson for the opportunity. And it's my time to sort of take the opportunity of both hands and go out there and sort of try and put on a statement and show them, like you say, with those people covering the fights and those platforms covering the fights, it'd be wrong if I didn't want to go out there and like make a name for myself, like you say. So, yeah.
So, what is the plan for you? You discussed that you might want to be a coach because, like I said, win this, you'll be
Yeah, well,
quite high profile.
I think we're going to try and take one fight at a time because, like I say, I was offered a fight against an unbeaten Englishman for June, but he never wanted the fight. So I think that shows where my team believe I am, but also I have confidence in myself and believe where I am. So that isn't ever going to be a worry for me. But obviously, Martin is an experienced manager, experienced in the game. So is Gareth. So they know how to manage my career correctly, and I believe, and I hope they believe as well, that with the correct management, there's going to be big things on the horizon. So we take it one fight at a time, and this should hopefully be a good step in the right direction.
Just need to look at what guys like Denzel.
Yeah, exactly. Like you say, he's got fighters that have got good opportunities and won titles, and so he knows what he's doing in that aspect. And I believe I can be one of those that wins the titles and gets the good opportunities. So I've just got to get in there on the night and do my job, and then I know that he'll be able to do his job along with that. So
tell us what's some of your dreams in this sport.
Obviously, everyone wants to be a world champion. I don't think many people set out in the sport not wanting to be the best. And there's a few goals along the way that I believe that I'll be able to achieve. So they're still goals and still targets because they're not small feats. But I really want to be a British champion, and I believe I'm good enough, and I believe I will be a British champion. That's something that is almost a dream of mine, but one that I believe is definitely achievable. So I've always wanted to win the British title. But then, like you say, with opportunities like this, going abroad, that could unlock all sorts of doors. So you never know.
How do you assess the lightweight division?
It's very exciting, especially it's one of those ones across the entire like levels, from starting out from like southern area level in Britain to British level to world level. The lightweight division is one of the best divisions and always has been, like historically, one of the best divisions, and it's going to continue to be that, I believe.
And tell us a bit about Arnie Dawson away from that full-time coach.
Yeah, so I work at the gym with my trainer Gareth as well. So he's my employer, so I'm able to train and I help out with the kids' classes and stuff like that. So I'm able to do that. So it suits my training, and we're able to get down to the Peacock as much as we can. And then other than that, I'm pretty basic, pretty like straightforward life. Yeah, boxing, and that's it really.
In this sport, I guess you've got to live it and breathe it.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, Arnie, do you want to give us a final prediction for October 5th in Texas?
I think I hope we can look back on this video with like a fond memory of me predicting this. But I think either a solid shutout victory or a later round stoppage. I know it's only a 5-rounder, but from 3, 4, 5 onwards, I'm either looking to get him out there at that point, or a nice, good victory on points.
All right, Arnie, we cannot wait to look forward to this fight in Texas. So, good luck for the whole journey out there. Bring that win home.
Yeah, we'll do, definitely. That's the plan, definitely, mate. Thank you very much.